10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. LFY's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. LFY's turn to ban.
Hello and welcome back. We're here with our second game. Short little break there, but LFY and Mineski ready for game number 2.
Already into it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. After that first game, Margaret, let's just get into this draft, shall we?
It was quite exciting, and Mineski, they really brought the fire with what they were doing. They were playing so hot, and you know, they were very quick, sharp in their execution. They had so many different people with the blink daggers for the lifesteal to activate with, and all of them were really understanding what they could do. They were definitely performing at their top, I would say, whereas LFY looking a little bit shaky compared to what I'm used to seeing from them. Their lineup didn't really make sense. I think they were in an unfavorable spot in the draft. We'll see if they can get a lineup that they're more comfortable working with here. For the bans, we're going to see Bounty Hunter banned again, something they just respect. I believe they banned it in the
5 seconds remaining.
Tusk and Bane. Bane, of course, a very solid opener that a lot of teams are going for, so just in a way that safe open. 20 Knights. Thinking about the third ban.
Yeah, I really want to see that OP Tinker, but 2 games in a row now where it's first phase ban. Doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any of that, but it does lead me to a question that I want to ask you about, you know, bringing bringing a new player in, you know, straight into a LAN tournament. Do you think LFY have to think about playing around OP, or does OP have to really kind of knuckle down and play with LFY, drafting-wise?
I would say that OP is capable of playing enough different heroes that he should be fitting in quite nicely. It can be more about communication when you're new in a team and really making everything fit. It's hard to really say that it's about a tangible in-game thing sometimes. It's just about clicking together as a team, right? You could see it in Mineski in the previous game that they know what they want to do. They're so quick to execute, and there's very little hesitation. Whereas if you're fresh in a team, you might not already be comfortable enough to make the quick plays. So anyway, we'll see if he gets to play a hero that he's comfortable on, but like I said, he plays quite a few different things. Tiny gets picked up first here for Y, and Rasta. We haven't seen many Rastas. It's been banned a lot, so one reason we haven't. But Rasta Sanking as the opening here.
10 seconds remaining.
Of course, powerful tool to have in your especially in a time where people go for Aeon discs quite often.
Sanking offers you that possible hero, potentially the Ice one, but more likely than not will go one of the supports. But just gives you a ton of lockdown, team fight push. You know, this opener along with like, you know, Clock AA or Sanking AA are some of my favorite ones because you have supports that can go and do stuff. You know, regardless of the game state, you're going to have stuns, you're going to have power pressure, you're going to have some way of clearing waves. They really are this kind of cool pairing of supports. While LFY go back to the Stalker after.
Something they played against in the previous game, right? The Night Stalker of Ninja Boogie. And I was mentioning towards the end how that vision that you remove from the enemy really hard for them to be the aggressors. This time on, it can also serve to allow Tiny and Night Stalker to play aggressive together. But I think Sanking, it could be one of those versatile picks here again. We saw Complexity earlier, where they picked up a Sanking, could have been support, and then boom, it's Moose suddenly playing it on an off lane. ISSI is more than capable of doing the same thing here. They want to do a bait and switch. Probably this is going to look like the 2 supports for sure. Could always change it if they want to. And that's a tool to have. It's not like they're decided on doing that yet. They can see a little bit how the draft plays out, and then it can be, oh, we want to have a different position, or we want to have a different
ability. A nice little odds there for them. So moving into the second phase of bans, Batrider removed. Mineski do not want to give the Batrider Night Stalker combination that so well known and loved, especially from the Chinese region, while LFY now start to focus on some of Mushi's heroes. Terrorblade gone. We remove the Spectre, get rid of the Battle Fury heroes, the TB Spectre.
Oh yeah,
Life Stealer now is on the list.
Typical Battle Fury heroes.
The classic
Traditional.
one.
5 seconds
It is
remaining.
interesting to see that this is something that so quickly spread across all the regions, because very often the Chinese scene can be more conservative when it comes to itemizations or even drafts, but I think over the years they've started to become quicker at adapting and taking in new things. And I'm also not saying that that was an unwillingness to learn before. It was more that they were traditional in terms of their execution indoors. Now it's a little bit more fluid.
There's definitely more sort of traffic from region to region now as well. You know, you have people kind of holidaying, you know, playing in pubs in China or Southeast Asia, or
And more
people just transferring
tournaments.
teams, more
Yeah.
tournaments. You know, there's just more kind of spread of information. You know, the dissemination of strats and builds and stuff is very, very.
That goes back to Dota 1 as well, that there was pretty much no spread, so you would see extremely different metas in different regions in Dota 1 days. That was very, very fun to witness. Nowadays, we don't really have that so much, with so many great tournaments pulling teams from worldwide to come and compete. There's only one of them. You get to see a lot of teams just going up against each other. It's really a treat.
Like previously, you'd go onto Gosu Gamers and download a replay and like, oh, how does Bimbo play puck from the Philippines? You know, what's he doing? He buys Dagon. I've never seen that before in Europe. What's happening? And you're like, okay, this is Dota 1. This is his role. DK banned out by Mineski, pushing hero. Solid all-rounder that OP can kind of just slot it into the mid lane, no big deal. But we've seen a bit of safe lane and off lane DK, so there would have been that there. Hunter banned by LFY. Ice's specials.
Sure, that's a very powerful hero to have against the Tiny in the fights later on as well, due to the anchor smash just for the damage. But that right now, it is a tough lane matchup anyway. Though, if you ever pit the Tidehunter against Tiny, it's not as easy as you may think.
Enchantress.
Oh, we're gonna see an Enchantress coming out. Enjoy what I'm seeing here. And again, this still keeps that flexibility. It's like, is this off lane? Is this support? Yeah, it could be either. So really depends which hero looks like it's gonna have the easiest time on the off lane, and they'll go with that. Not have to be set in stone yet. Doctor, all right, another one of those stable, a lot of different stuns, a lot of different disables from the side of LFY, and the Maledict is very useful for bursting down the entrance later on.
And the Death Ward, I guess.
The Death Ward,
well.
yeah, for sure. Tons of physical damage that does not get slowed down.
So long as you can get to level 6.
Oh yeah, that was the struggle in the previous game for LFY. The Mineski supports were flying ahead, and the dangerous thing when both of your supports are struggling to get level 6 or 7 even, holding the entire team back. PL.
Shadow Fiend of LFY.
There we see the Tiny SF again. Combination that we saw yesterday and that we were talking about in the previous draft as well. They just work really well together in general. You have so much physical damage, you have so much magical damage from both of them. Their burst is just amazing.
10 seconds remaining.
Quite hard to bring down, the two of them. PL now not gonna have an easy time if he decides to go to mid lane due to the raises. He can purge them off though with a doppelganger, so he doesn't get extra damage. Important to do that after a first raise.
Yeah.
Don't wait until the second one hits you.
It really starts to hurt. So that lane PL against SF, we used to see a bit of PL picked against a lot of these kind of ranged mid heroes that are kind of squishy. The Phantom Rush build, run at them, lance them, spam them down. With the help of a Shadow Shaman, do you think the PL Shadow Shaman mid could win out against like SF Witch Doctor?
It could. Sure, it kind of depends how well the Rasta plays. I would say everything comes down to his positioning and how well he executes on that lane.
5 seconds remaining.
But it can win out, because denies truly do mean everything.
But
So,
you'd much rather have a more solid mid laner than a PL there, potentially.
exactly. The downside Well, the downside is really that the Witch Doctor has such long range for his harassment, and the same is true for Shadow Fiend, and Rasta has very short range for going in for the denies. So he has to be pretty sneaky in how he executes, but if he does, you know, hit and run deny and does that successfully, he could take a win and...
Bans Brewmaster. Expecting a tiny safe lane here then, or at least giving the odds to the safe lane.
Exactly, that's what you have to keep in mind as well. That's one more of those heroes, and really kind of the theme of drafting in current meta, I would say. Something that was not so prevalent in previous patches, but definitely I would say that Carry Tiny looks good here against a PL. Time to play it. And against Enchantress. Quite easy to cleave, hitting a creep next to her instead. And you have, of course, the burst damage. And the tree toss is instantaneous.
Guaranteed damage in onto the end. Good. The final hero, off-laner for LFY, if we're going to guess it. What really are your options here? You know, Inflame, previously his Darkseer, his Nature's Prophet, all of these big heroes.
Legion? The hero that they could play? Okay, they go with the Puck, so more control. This, again, adds a lot of lockdown. We saw this combination from Mineski in the previous game where they had Puck and the Night Stalker. Now, they are going to be the ones playing instead on LFY. Together with Tiny and SF team, so much damage, as we mentioned earlier. You can coil them now, keep them close to your team. With the coil, the cask really does wonders as well. Yeah, pretty solid draft. There are some downsides, though.
Yeah.
The PL can still doppel walk out of the coil. Of course, the enemy can still create distance.
Oh.
Yeah, not saying watching some more TA play.
Moon TA. We brought you here to cast some games, and we've had a couple of TA matches already. It's been it's working out wonders.
It's always good times. TA is one of those heroes in this patch who doesn't have an incredible win rate, but does have very high potential if you play it correctly still. It's not like Lycan with this insane win or something. She's more around 52 in high more, 51. But that doesn't really matter because it's all about the individual when it comes to this hero. How well can he execute? How well does it fit in draft? Looking towards the drafts, they have Shadow Shaman and Sand King. Sables are really important so that you can burst some. But the targets on the side of on LFY, they can be quite tanky or difficult to bring down. Puck, not the easiest to catch. Night Stalker, quite a bit of armor. And the SF as well can be difficult. We'll see how they execute. Ice is going to be the one playing the Enchantress. Is an off-lane Ench. Carry Tiny.
Especially like you're saying, if they're building tanky as well, you know, the precedent of these stat item builds for Tiny, for Shadow Fiend, they build into Agi and build up their armor and HP. We'll see how Moon does out of that laning stage, but I have a worry again for Inflame for that off-lane Puck against the Shadow Shaman with the Hex, the Shackles, against EL with all that damage, the gap blows of Phantom Rush. We talked about it in game number 1, how the Batrider maybe would need help from, you know, one of the support heroes. And I feel like maybe the Puck needs some help from this Night Stalker this game from Arfu.
Yeah, I was so surprised in the previous game, actually, that they did not play towards their offlaner at all on the side, that Batrider. But they opted against it. They had a different idea of what they wanted to do. It didn't really work out the best for them. See if they decide to change it up a little bit in this game.
He'll move himself across the map, get a very quick ward down to block camp.
One of the benefits of Puck, really. Being able to orb twice, get down. You can plant the ward really early. He was there a little bit later. Mushi might have seen that. The ward plant. Meanwhile, we see Mineski kind of hovering around this top rune.
Perhaps get his ward down. Unspotted there by LFY. They saw Ice move across, and he was doing some backpack swapping with his items.
Of course, he's always a tricky hero.
I don't know if he's like baiting, if he like planted an observer ward here.
Yeah, that's for sure what he's doing.
Trying to get it into the minds of LFY, like, I've faked an observer ward here. Yeah. You don't know if it's real or not.
It honestly can be so sneaky, because you just run up and you see an enemy and he's got like a 3-second cooldown branch in his inventory or a TP or something. You're like, wait a minute, did you or didn't you? And Ice is always one of those. He's a very trolly kind of player.
Puck can click faster than PL, confirmed. Bounty rune there. Both teams.
auto clicker from his sigil on the ground. Just picks up a rune.
Auto pickup enabled. So lane setup. What do we have? Monet, Tiny, DDC, Witch Doctor facing off a Enchantress. They'll bring jabs up here, so Sand King will be playing dual lanes against
Such
dual
a strong
lanes.
dual lane as well. The Enchantress together with Sand King, really quite potent. Meanwhile, on mid, we see the TA versus Shadow Fiend. He's doing a great job actually on the first creep wave here. No help for SF. And bottom, no help for Puck either as he gets brought down. We are going to see some Afu pulling the creep wave though. So that's going to... Or... He was just standing there staring at it.
I was freaking mesmerized by mid, to be perfectly honest.
Oh yeah.
Apologies for missing that kill bottom, but Moon just like spiraling around, getting sideblade splashes, OP trying to dance around the TA.
He's doing great actually on the TA. He's completely winning the...
0-0. Shadow Fiend OP is getting slammed here in the first couple of waves.
Yeah, this is already going out of control. It's almost unheard of to not help your Shadow Fiend on level 1 though. We see tri-lanes mid, we see a lot of people playing mid, and look at the 7-5 against 0-0. This is insane. Like, you left this lane alone, now it's gonna suffer.
When is OP gonna get his first last hit? I don't want to look at these other lanes. I don't care if people are dying.
We're staying here until he gets one.
Tiny's dying. Tiny's dying. We have to watch Monet drop here. As
he hasn't got one yet.
Jabs. They're dying. Go on. Tiny's dead. Mid lane. Last hits. Come on. OP.
Get it.
Get the CS. Get it. Yes. We did it. Okay. We did it. We believed. And OP will get his first and second last hit of the game, popping a salve to get himself up to a decent amount of HP as well. But this is already panning out to be not quite a disaster, but
it's definitely looking rough.
Mid lane is looking like a disaster, but overall the game is looking very rough.
I mean, Ice is having an impact on top lane already with that first kill that they managed to find there. Puck has already been killed as well. This is starting to shape out to be a lot of responsibility on the Night Stalker to start doing something. He is setting up for mid, but at this point, he is level 3, level 4 even now. You're not going to be able to kill her if she gets the refraction off, unless she tanks a lot of creep. That's the only way she dies.
This is actually insane.
Oh yeah.
15 and 10.
Yeah, he's completely destroying him.
How does this happen? Well, I mean, Monet's going to get stunned up top. I don't think they can really bring the Tiny down. Ice faces off against DDC.
They're mostly just dealing a lot of damage to him, though. Even if they don't kill him, but maybe they can with the body blocks
has
here.
The Dark Troll. He netted up Monet to continue this chase with another stun from Jabs. They'll have this kill as well. The two-man lands on Witch Doctor. They're going to look for another one. Oh, Ice. One more hit is all he needs. Jabs going for the dive with the salve as well with DDC. Cancelling it out. He's going to TP. The final bit of damage. Jabs is back to Fountain. Oh my god, Ice.
That is the craziest TP.
Mineski, you're so fucking good. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're actually playing really solid right now. You can't take anything away from them. This is an outstanding performance in the early game.
My jaw is on the table.
Yeah.
Every one of these lanes.
Yeah, they want to win. They don't want to go home. They want to take this right here, right now. Of course, these are elimination games, and LFY, they're just one game away from it, and this is not looking like a good start for them.
So break it down for me. How does Moon do this? How has he slaughtered Shadow Fiend?
Well, it really just comes down to positioning for side blades, which can be difficult when there's 3 heroes playing mid, right? But when you're just in a 1v1 matchup, you force the SF to just position himself a lot, whereas you actively control the creep equilibrium. So he's just done this perfectly. Obviously, when I say it like that, it sounds like, oh, just easy, right? But no, he's played so good on...
Let's get tapped by the Razors there.
But he's level 5 against level 3. And that is not something that you want as SF to fall behind in levels. Because once the TA gets level 6, you know, if you don't have a sentry, you're just dead anytime you show.
And then you have this Puck being forced out of lane. The hasted Ninja Boogie Rasta. 1-1-1 across the build.
Speedy Rasta going in.
Running away from Afu, but not running into flame just yet. But mid lane, oh god, no. No, Jabs, don't do this. Okay, they see them. An Observer Ward for the Dire knows that Sand King's coming, so OP shouldn't get really hit too hard by the Sand King rotation.
Yeah, he's done quite a good job on SF to recover. He's up to 14 last hits now. Still, though, pretty far away from the 25 of TA. And, of course, she has 17 denies. That's more than his entire last hit, so... Still not looking too easy. Ninja, or, sorry, Afu with the TP top. Fucking last name, Ninja Boogie on the Night Stalker.
Oh, they land in the stuns with the Maledict. Ice is dropping very low, but a sick two-man Burrow strike. Jabs on the money there. They're bringing more in. Rasta's TP top. The Boogie. Now he comes in. He wants to play.
Yeah, they're
but
trying
who can
to
they catch?
give a chase here onto Tiny. He does have his combination ready, though, especially with the Mango. And they're going to try onto the Sand King, who gets the stun out.
Oh, he burst strikes away, and now the Shackles. There are no more stuns remaining. They go for the Hex, but the Malediction on the Jabs means he has to fall back. One hit or a toss. Yeah, Jabs is dead.
They got him, but at what cost? They're going really low here.
Oh, the Orb of Venom on Ice Ice. Oh, we need Spot 2 more hits here. It doesn't look like he'll get them. Monet looks around with his food a little bit longer. But then we look back to middle lane, and Waga, it's that level 6 you were talking about. The traps
almost a
are
full 2-level advantage now as the TA. Well, it is a full 2-level advantage, and TA is backing up. Has a trap on mid, gonna try and get some Shrine heal to get the mana back. Even her friend Rasta stacking for her.
Fly.
Clears those so fast. Now with the boots and Aquila looking scary for SF. He has to go jungle quite soon. They're gonna drop a sentry mid, I think. The Witch Doctor is swinging by at least. I think that's reasonable. You need to have one. But TA could simply just buy her own sentry and again have that trap control. Puck to go down on this lane.
We watched Inflame die far too many times last game, so I'm refusing to show his deaths on camera this game.
Yeah. Protest for Inflame.
Yeah. Pray for him, guys.
I didn't think he would die when Rasta's not down there. So Rasta was playing towards the mid, but they still managed to get him. Well played by or the PL and the Sand King.
Now they swing into mid. There's
There
the
is
sentry.
the sentry, yeah.
Tangoed out by Moon. Server across the high ground. See, that wasn't spotted, in fact. So Sand King gets the ward down up on the high ground, not seen by the Dire Observer ward over on the other side.
And that's pretty big.
Just
And
out of sight.
right now, look at this switch. They have LFY going down bottom with Tiny. They haven't been seen yet. Mushi just now sees Tiny, but he realizes he saw the Witch Doctor earlier. Ward. The Witch Doctor got spotted moving down there. He feels like this is a rotation.
Oh,
So,
yeah, top. Oh, look at this.
Gotta
Ice
go
Ice
down.
Ice is level 6. Too much damage. Goodbye, Puck.
no way out of that.
Has a catapult as well. Stolen it away. Friendly catapult arrives, and this tier 1 is just absolutely done for. LFY will try and maybe make a bit of pressure bottom lane, but no, they've smoked up their 2 supports, moving from east to west, heading into mid. Looking for a play onto Moon's Templar Assassin.
EA wants to stack up the Ancient, where they wouldn't hurt if try this gank, but they're so far away from it. She went for bottom Ancients, of course, but that's the less safe one when you just saw the enemy playing down on the bottom. DD rune on bottom. Could be nice for SF to get some recovery farm, maybe even clear an Ancient stack.
Looks like Monet is heading over, though. Oh, no. Give it to OP. Tiny don't need no DD.
He's fine without it. SF is the one who's really needing to recover here, but everyone is doing quite well on the side of Radiant's course.
TDC just took 1 Psyblade splash, and a third of his HP is gone.
It's a tough life, you know, but he's going to use the only item in his inventory to recover that HP. The Tangos. He has a ward as well.
300
Living
gold
that
saved
poor
up.
life.
Go on, farm this camp. Just get yourself boots, DD.
Cool, man.
Stop thinking about other people. Think about yourself for once.
This is really balling out of control. Looking at the net worth of the different heroes right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it is brutal, the advantage that with even the position 4 Sand King is taking over the position 3 Puck on the side of LFY.
And then we're looking at the items.
And here it goes again, going
Yeah.
in.
Forest strike in. Raindrops are here, though, for Inflame, so a quick jaunt across might just be enough to
The
save
TP
him.
outs, yeah.
Here away. Fine.
Still hurts to get forced back to base like that again.
Yeah.
He needs time to farm up. He needs to get his items so that he can create some action together with Night Stalker and Witch Doctor.
But again, it's Mineski kind of winning lanes, getting a ton of farm across their core heroes, but also itemizing. I feel they itemize really nicely to have a spread of like scaling, but also instant action items. You know, you're looking at Blightstone into Deso for the TA, while PL's going for Battle Fury. You've got some damage, but also some farming capabilities across the 2 heroes.
To be honest, both of those are just taking the safe route of farming. So TA Deso is mostly just a farming item where you will keep farming the Ancients quicker.
Over the Blink, I guess.
Exactly. The Blink is the alternative where that would allow you to deal more damage and fight with your team. But I think it's the correct decision to go Deso here. I don't see too many reasons not to. And likewise on the PL, he's just playing it safe, farming up slowly here. Whereas Enchantress is the one putting pressure and Sanking really is being the biggest aggressor.
Get ahead and stay ahead. His motto. Shadow Fiend farming jungle with DDC.
Yeah,
the duo.
party farm. He's like, I need level 6, sir. I'm level 4.
I can't show on any lane, sir, or I'll die immediately.
I don't have a home. It's a sad story right now on LFY. It really is mid. I like that TA is putting some pressure onto a tower here. Needs to be careful about a cast TP in or something, but she has players behind her as well. There. Rasta does have level 6, so they should be taking some towers soon.
Moon pops out all the refraction damage, clears out the wave. Where is Ninja Boogie? Going with jabs towards lane, where Ice set up a nice little home for himself. Radiant scan in front of themselves as they do swing in to look for Monet.
Oh, there's trouble for Tiny.
Yeah, he is absolutely screwed. Serpent Ward's placed for good measure. Will secure the tier 1 as well as Jabs is trapped inside the wards.
I've seen this before.
Not an Undying, but Sanking this time. So LFY, time to react, time to respond to Mineski's aggression as Ninja Boogie, the support Rasta, will take a tumble, but
that is not what they want, though. They will at least be able to farm up the wards here if they're quick about it. And Rasta gonna try and deny them. The nice one.
Whoop.
Can he deny more?
Another.
One more. It's not easy to deny these because, you know, there's those 3.
Yeah, that's
3 denies. That's 100 gold they took away from them at least. So it's important to pay attention to this. Meanwhile, the mid-tier 1 tower was pressured a lot while SF made a rotation down bottom. And they're TPing in, trying to kill the TA here. But she gets away. Casually runs away. And PL, how's he looking on his Battle Fury? He got it. 12 minutes Battle Fury treads. A fantastic start here for Mushi.
Yeah, it's huge.
You can't ask for anything more, really.
Oh. And I honestly thought he would come and take this stack, but giving it to the Sand King. Move him closer to Blink.
Yeah,
PL can go and farm a little more aggressively in the dangerous areas because he has Doppelganger.
That's the one thing they kind of want right now, to have the Sand King Blink ready when the TA is going to have her Blink and Deso and PL is ready to fight. You want to make sure that the Sand King is online as well because he's going to be the one enabling them to kill anything.
Then Enchantress, Ice. This interesting item build. No boots. Gone for the drums after a hood. Has a belt of strength, a wand, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but really just tanking up and making sure he's not an easy target for, you know, a Dream Coil into Avalanche Toss.
Especially now that he got his level 10 as well. He has the Magic Resist, so not gonna take too much magic damage here when they try and burst him. See?
There's the
Can they kill him?
Avalanche Toss. Ice gets hit by the Maledict, but that hood kept him alive for a significant amount of time.
He brought him to half HP. He didn't have his heal up at all, so maybe they can get him though if they go behind here. He knows the threat is there. Night Stalker flies in, should be dead.
Oh, the Avalanche will land. There we go.
That is a full 5-man rotation though to kill a poor little Bambi.
Yeah, that's a hard commit. That is a hard commit. They'll try and get some damage onto this tier 1, but you look at the rest of the map again. Ninja Boogie's dropped the Serpent Wards. Moshi's clearing out waves, and Afu unable really to defend or deal with this push onto tier 2. So the bottom tier 1 is down to half HP, but LFY have already moved half of their team across the map elsewhere in Flame Puck middle lane. I have to be careful here. Jabs is coming in from this. Oh, it's being pinged. Oh, nicely pinged there. Dire Observer Ward does see Jabs for a split second, and Night Stalker makes sure to tell his Puck to stay.
Yeah, there's not going to be any kill there, but like you said, they got not only a tier 2 tower, but they were also farming ancient stacks at the same time. So level 12 now on the TA. SF on level 10, so not too far behind, but on SF you don't want to be behind. You want to be ahead in an ideal scenario. This game is far from ideal though.
Jabs literally under the nose of DDC there, just like grabs a bounty rune. I'm Invis. Scouts out half of the LFY teams, like here's Tiny, here's SF, here's Witch Doctor, here's
Sneaky Scorpion Man.
It's like here's everyone you need to worry about.
Oh, he's gonna come down and take some PS here from Ice's Dice, realizing that he can finish his Blink Dagger on this lane. He gets the Blink.
So nice of Ice's Ice as well.
Oh yeah, voluntarily giving away those creeps that he had no intentions of farming.
Yeah. Keeping them inside the Sandstorm as well. Sure that.
Well, now that he has it, he can finally operate and be all across the lanes. So they smoke up again here. side of LFY. They realize that this game is turning quite desperate. They need to make something happen right now. I wonder if they're looking to do... I don't know. They're going towards top, but I don't know if that's the road?
Like they don't have top lane pushed out, right?
Exactly, so I'm looking for something more. They need to get kills and they need to get towers in this push.
So Ice might just be the first point of contact here. He'll get silenced and stunned. Moon does get hit by the cast, but in comes the big epicenter. Jabs with a 3-man stun. Oh, LFY, they've turned it around a little bit here with the OP Requiem, but the Dream Coil in the back. Down goes the puck. The chase is on. Mineski, they want more. They are hungry for blood, and they'll get the 2-man stun from Jabs again. In with a burst strike, forward onto DDC. OP's going to take a fall, and LFY crumbling after a poor laning stage. It now looks like it will take a miracle to come back into this game.
Such an unfortunate timing for LFY as well, that Jabs just finished up that Blink Dagger on the Sand King. Everything was working out beautifully for Mineski. 11-3. Roshan about to be claimed here, and that's going to be massive. Absolutely massive.
Maybe if they look for that, you know, a minute earlier, 30 seconds earlier, they can find a pick-off, turn it into something else.
They've been trying, but it's like too many things happening. Ice is really the kind of secret component in this, why they haven't been able to do anything to the other heroes. PL hasn't died at all, TA hasn't died at all, but Enchantress has been the one just taking the focus, and has not died much while doing so. So massive props to him. He is going to get gone on mid again, but I don't know if they can bring him down.
Double TA traps here, being down by Ice. There's one, comes on through. Ice healing through the damage that LFY are trying to put into him, and now Mushi's arrived. The Phantom Lancer is ready to fight. OP, he's getting chunked down. One more tap of the PL Lance. No, it's going to be the impetus shot from Ice that does the job.
And Sand King catches out the puck as well, blinks in, stuns him after phase shifts the impetus. Beautiful kill. That's 2 more cores down, and this is looking all but over right now. The Rasta has his wards ready. They're going to go high ground with this, and TA is coming in with the Desolator and Blink.
Oh, we didn't have Enchant off cooldown.
Yeah.
Refresh the catapult. They do have a 2 HP catapult of their own coming on through, but
it stays alive. It's still doing stuff.
Yeah, but
I can still fight.
You're absolutely right. The tier 3, regardless of the catapult's HP, is going to fall here thanks to the Serpent Wards.
They have so much damage. Yeah, and Ice always just putting himself between his team and the enemy team, but he's the first point of contact, and that's not what you want. The Enchantress can't be bursted, so.
In we go with Puck, but the shackle after Hex. Immediate dispatch now, the Night Stalker, it's 1 by 1, they're filtering in. Arfu is going to drop. Monet tries to get jabs and will succeed. Kills the Sand King, but it is not looking good, and GG is called. You're absolutely right. LFY tap out, and Mineski knock them out.
Thank you, LFY, for your play, but Mineski simply just the stronger team right here. They played fantastic in both these games. Game 1, I thought it looked quite one-sided. Game 2, boy oh boy. Even more so. Mineski just showing up in great shape today, playing so well. Shout out to Ice, who was part of 16 out of the 18 kills on his team, while of course the PL and the TA farmed a lot and got really big